Let me ask you, who are your favorite small and mid-cap fund managers and why?
Sure. So one of the funds that we really like is Invesco Small Cap. So this is a fund managed by Tahir Badshah. He's himself, been in the market for a very long time. He's got a very consistent track record of managing. He's the CIO of Invesco as well. What Invesco also does is that they have a very good investment process. So every stock they categorize based on certain parameters. They call it Diamond, Frog Prince, Warrior, etc. And that is how they've categorized each of these funds. This is a framework that they've put over the last few years. And that has really worked out well for them. And recently, Aditya Khemani joined them from Motilal, and he's bringing new ideas for them as a fund house as well. And they've done well. So that is a fund that we really like, which is the Invesco Small Cap Fund. The other fund that we also like, this is a mid-cap fund that we like, which is Nippon India Growth Fund. So this is a fund managed by Rupesh Patel. He took over the fund more recently in 2022, but he's got a much longer track record of managing money. They follow a growth at right price kind of approach, approach to managing money. They're very conscious about liquidity, and that's very important. As we mentioned, also fund sizes can become a concern. Owning too much of a company can become a concern. So he's very cautious about the liquidity of the portfolio as well. And that has really done well for him, and his track record also has done well for them. Their up captures and down captures, which is basically how they've done in bull markets, and down markets have also been very good for Invesco. The final one that we'll talk right now is Edelweiss. This is a fund managed by Trideb. Trideb joined from Axis.
Trideb
Bhattacharya. So Trideb he was earlier with Axis, was looking at their PMS business, had a good track record managing the Axis PMSs as well. And then he took over the fund house recently. They had a much smaller team initially. Now that team is growing up. The AUM is becoming bigger. So they have hired many more analysts and fund managers more recently. He follows, he's not style biased. So he doesn't follow a growth approach or a value approach. His basic thing is bottom-up stock picking. We'll find the right ideas and not be biased by a particular style that is there. What that allows to do is that it allows a little more consistency, because there are styles which can perform at one point of time. They may underperform at a certain period of time. This way, the consistency can be a little more, especially if you're able to pick the right stocks. And he's again very cautious about liquidity in his portfolio. Doesn't take macro calls, doesn't take cash calls, etc. And that is done really well for the.
Okay, so let's recap the fund names and the fund managers,
yes.
All the three.
So we started with Invesco Small Cap. This is managed by Tahir Badshah. He's the CIO of Invesco, and that's the fund that we choose in the small cap bucket. In the mid cap, we have Nippon India Growth Fund. This is the mid cap fund managed by Rupesh Patel. So that's the pick there. And then finally, we have Edelweiss Mid Cap Fund, which is by Trideb Bhattacharya. So this is the third fund.
Hey, thank you for watching this on CNBC TV18. Hope you liked it. For more such interesting news and updates, follow CNBC TV18 on all the social media platforms.